Morning, Callum. Thanks for joining us. It feels a bit like a throwback to the COVID days, doing these things over Zoom, but the weather's gave us absolutely no choice today. Starting
Yeah,
off,
don't talk about COVID. We don't want to go back to that time. Obviously, hopefully everybody's safe. It's obviously a real risk today, so I think we had to make a judgment call. Safety of players, I think it's so important. I think buildings have been closed down anyway, so again, it limited our training resources today. And I think first and foremost, it's really important that we have the safety now, especially nowadays. Maybe 25, 30 years ago, the manager said, get in that car and who cares, you're getting to training. But I think we just, at this present day, I think we need to make sure we look after everybody and make sure we're right within ourselves at the club.
absolutely. And starting off, a quick reflection back on last Saturday's game, a hard fought win, but first and foremost, the most important thing through to the next round.
Yeah, I know. I think it was a really tough game for us. I think, I look back on it, still thought it was tough. It was really different. They just went man for man all over the pitch, which was very unusual. We probably struggled to break them down. With it, had lots of the ball. But I thought a great character again shown by the players. I think it's something we've got this season. We've got within the group. We've got that fighting spirit. So you're delighted to get through to the next round. Obviously, I was there present with the draw. I think it's a great one for Queen's Park. I think these big ties financially for them are fantastic. So I'm really pleased for the club and the players that we managed to get a trip to Ibrox.
Yeah, it's a good reward for the progression. What was the feeling amongst the squad with that? Because they're the types of ties that don't come round too often for clubs like Queen's Park.
Yeah, they were delighted. I wasn't because I want to make sure I want to get to the next round. But no, I think if you're gonna get knocked out or you're going to have a right good go at somebody, I think Rangers and Celtic are the two clubs you want to play against. I think great experience for the players. Some of them obviously haven't played there. So again, for me, it's one of those ties you need to go in. Hopefully, we have this week is so important for us in regards of the season. I put this above everything else. Since I've been here, this is probably the most important week we have, league and the Challenge Cup, and then we can hopefully look forward to the everyone comes through unscathed and we can have a real good squad and a real good go at Rangers.
And turning our thoughts to Morton at Hampden, a real difficult tie away. It's there. They've not played in recent weeks, but in really good form prior to that.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've had a game for a while. Hopefully the weather passes us pretty quickly and everyone's safe to go for tomorrow. I think it's, as I said before, this week is massive. We've got probably three games where we have a chance to win. Now we'd like to come out at the end of the week with three victories. I think it starts with a really tough tie against Morton. Dougie's got a real good experienced team in there. He's got a lot of players. He's got a lot of players. I think back fit again. He had a few wee injuries, niggles. So I think it's really important we put our best show on. I think we was really positive with it. I'll pick a team that I think can go and win the game, and hopefully we've been quite successful, which is unusual against Morton this year. And we wanted to continue.
And I know it feels as if we touch on this regularly, but the importance of starting a game like this, well, particularly against a side like Morton, who, if they get ahead, they'll be hard to break down.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the key in the league. I think it's most times when we start well, we get a result. So I think for us, it's really important that the start of the game. I think we play in their half. We ask questions. That they're actually a danger, real danger going forward. They've got some good players. So I think for us, it's getting the right balance of when we attack with numbers. How do we shut them off? How do we close the game up? We've been doing it quite well lately. So I think it's important we continue it. We might have. No, I think we only had 9 training on Tuesday, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise that we're off today, so nobody can pull out injured, and I can just pick a team for tomorrow. So yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game, a good team. I think every game I've seen as the season's been so far, you can win every one, you can lose every one. So hopefully we can go out and put our best foot forward.
A bit another game that you'll probably need to be reliant on the squad as well. You must have been pleased with the impact that the substitutes had last week when they came on.
Yeah, definitely. I always mention that. I always try and mention the squad because these are nowadays. It's how you win games of football. It's not just a starting 11. A couple of guys could be having poor games. You need somebody else to come on and create a little spark and do something, whether it's an attack or defence. So I think it's important we have that. We obviously have to have a look and where we are with numbers wise, but I believe we've got enough in the building to go and get results and create chances. There will be opportunities for a couple of players to showcase their talents, and hopefully they can step up to the mark and make my job easy.
You touched on the 9 training there on Tuesday. I'm sure, hopefully, things have got better as the weeks went on. How is the overall picture looking ahead of tomorrow?
I think it's a wee bit better. I think we had a couple of boys playing Big Ben that were playing down at Kilmarnock in the reserve game. So we're getting him minutes in his legs. So I think it's yeah, I think it'll be a bit better. I think sometimes it's all we've got a lot of niggles. I think I've said that previously. That's a lot, and it's how do we manage the players in the right way to make sure now. I think we've got 15 league games left, and obviously a couple of cup games, hopefully a couple more. How do you manage them to make sure this time of the season, because it's hard because the weather's been surface has been changing. You know, been indoor, outdoor, frosty. You know, it's a wee bit inconsistent. So I think just how do you manage them best, and hopefully we can get them all ready to go out and play.
And just touching on that, obviously we're halfway through the month of January, or getting towards the end of the month. You've got Ben in through the door. What do you hope he can add to the squad? And how's that transfer business going this month? Because it's a notoriously difficult month to do business.
Yeah, I always said January is really difficult. It's probably whoever invented it. I think should be banned from football. But I think, yeah, it's a tough window, especially when you're looking at what can you get. There's obviously moving parts. Delighted we got Ben in. Watched him play. I think he's a good young defender. He plays a certain way. Some things we need to iron out with him, and he's obviously been taught down the road at Brighton how they play, and just little things need to change. Is sort of little it is, he just needs to make sure he understands what we're looking for as a defensive too. I think Nico and Tiz have been excellent this month so far, so I'm really been really pleased with the two of them. I'll be up to Ben to try and dislodge them. So yeah, on that side, on the transfer side, working really hard, really tough. As a club, we're really all resources are going in there. We're asking questions, we're watching games, we're seeing players that we want, some we can't get, some we're trying to get. So yeah, it's a tough one. Hopefully, by the end of the window, we maybe got one or two more in, and we're working really hard with that to do it. I think it's important as well we get one or two in. I think it gives everybody just a wee boost, a wee challenge as well, so people don't get complacent. So these things are really important, and hopefully we can add some. There might be a couple of young guys going out on loan as well, so there'll be a little bit of movement within the dressing room. So I think it's always good to have.
Callum, thanks very much for your time and good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Sean. Hopefully the weather's better than it is today, and Hampden will be covered.